Hey there, my name is Przemek and this is the review of Nox album called Abyssal Codex, the album released by Winterlight label from Holland. This is the second album by Nox. The first one was called Opus Unending and was also released by this Dutch label. I reviewed it in 2020. Perhaps some of you had the opportunity to read it in Santa Sangre. It wasn't very enthusiastic. It wasn't the album which blew me away. A decent one, yes, obviously made by someone who knows what the dark ambient genre is all about. But without this spark of genius, without this unnamed element that makes the album brilliant. By the way, small digression, this name, Nox, doesn't evoke any pleasant associations in my head. I mean, I suppose in this particular case, this is a reference to a Roman goddess of night, but also, well, I work in a transport company, international transport company, and the part that breaks down the most often in my tracks is a sensor called Nox, responsible for, oh, never mind. And every time I see this name, like on this cover, I think, damn, I can't forget these work-related issues even now in my free time when I just work to listen to dark ambient in peace. Anyway, this Nox has nothing to do with international road transport. It is a side project by Jurica Santek, a Croatian musician known for his Agri-Somnia project, which has released three, I think, or maybe four albums for Cryo Chamber label. Again, Nox, Abyssal Codex. As you can see, quite aesthetic design, graphic design. To be honest, this second CD by Nox is more to my liking than Opus Unending. I mean, sure, Abyssal Codex is maintaining the same style as its predecessor, but I feel like it's more clear and transparent in terms of sound design. This isn't just a primal maelstrom of sound anymore. These are not just shapeless electronic black clouds. You can hear more edges in the compositions, even some shreds of melodies here and there, as if Opus Unending was a big bang. You know, everything begins but doesn't have any specific form or structure yet. And when the smoke goes down, something more concrete is starting to emerge. Obviously, this is still a black-gray wasteland without any signs of life, but at least you can recognize some specific elements, distinguish what is sky, what is earth. I like how the release note describes the album. They don't try to make any fancy concepts. Let me quote. This main focus is on dark, isolationist soundscapes, but also as music without distraction. This can be used as a background meditative for various purposes. The aim is to reach a fluid dark atmosphere that is pleasant and meditational to listen to, but that is also having dark and unnerving moments. Say no more. You don't need any suggestions and what this music is all about, but just treat it like a soundtrack to what you do or what you think or meditate or dream at a particular moment. It's a good music for reading. I read a lot lately, and during that activity I listen a lot of lighter or deeper forms of ambient, but I have to admit that this album works really great as a reading background. It enhances the atmosphere, and even when there are any harsher fragments, because there are sometimes in a few tracks, they don't really distract you or something. Yet if someone had asked me to describe what images come to my mind if I'd approach this album as a so-called inner movie, it is, as I said, the beginning of time, that moment in time when all the structures are taking shape. Mountains and oceans form, all covered in ashes. Any organic life is still to come in a million years at the earliest. There's no god nor devil, they haven't even been born yet. Born. You know, this kind of feeling. And I like to think that maybe on another Nox albums we'll get another episodes of our or some other universe history. And for example, the 20th Nox CD will be about the birth of life, the sun, the trees and animals, and the music will remind of organic ambient in the vein of Aliodie. Just kidding, I don't really believe that. Of course, they're just my impressions, yours may be completely different. Try this album to find out, maybe you won't find anything original here. Dark ambient is a rather conservative genre in general, and Abyssal Codex is a good example of that fact. But I think most of us dark ambient fans are okay with that, at least until the musician weaves his drones skillfully enough to build the atmosphere we all want to immerse in. Okay, that would be it. If you like the review, this one or the other ones, click subscribe, click like, and thanks for watching, and see you soon.